We are live. We are live. Back at it. Back at it. We'll give a few seconds to kick this thing off and get going. I am Byron. This is Rachel. Rachel, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. I am here in Texas. I want to talk to my Texas folks, my Texas school psychs, my Texas diacs. Y'all didn't warn me. Y'all know I moved out here to Houston approaching 2 years, and y'all didn't warn me about this heat. Oh my goodness, Rachel, I stepped outside, and that heat is like, whew, it consumes you. So it's something special about this Texas heat.
Do you
What's
know
the
what
weather
temperature?
in Missouri?
Um, Warm. We have pretty high humidity where I am. So it always feels hotter than it is. But yeah, we hit triple digit heat pretty regularly in the summertime.
Something different for sure. And so I'm noting on here for our live, I don't know if you're getting this, but it's saying we're having trouble streaming to your destination. So not sure if our Facebook group, and I just logged in, so I'm not seeing it in our Facebook group. We might be on YouTube right now, but not Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
Yeah. So it looks like it's just us right now. Unless you're here on YouTube, then what's up? If you're watching on YouTube, say what's up in the chat. Let us know. Otherwise, we're going to troubleshoot. And look, we all family now. So, Rachel, is this something we can figure out? It says edit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to problem solve this
Okay.
behind the scenes. Yeah, let's see if this works.
All right. And this is one of our core values is figure out ability. And we pride ourselves. We might not have the answer, but we're going to figure it out. And I think that's something just school psychs in general, right? Like we have that figure out ability to where things don't always work out or go as planned, but we have a certain knack to try to figure it out. And as Rachel is working to figure that out, which my money is on getting this figured out. We have so much to catch up on today. Today's a big day for us. We had a big release. We'll talk about that here in a bit. We might even do some demos, answer some questions. Yeah, and we'll see. So if you are here on YouTube, please drop a message. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're on Facebook, we're trying to get that set up as well. So Rachel, how's it coming along? I was still trying to figure it out. All right. So while Rachel is doing that, I am going to pull up our. Well, I want to wait until we can get um, Facebook working and we can figure that out and see what's going on. Um, while Rachel does that, one of the things, and we actually just put this on our Facebook group, which will be really cool to see. And I heard myself and I see a green check. So we might be good on Facebook now, but we released a Facebook poll and we're doing a roll call to know what your professional role is inside at least our Facebook group. Um, I'll pause there before I get into the role. So I see a green check. Does that mean we're official?
Let's see. I did try to reset up StreamYard with our Facebook group.
Yeah.
So let me see if it's working. Okay, do you see it on your end?
Let me hit refresh. Oh, it was green on my end. Then it just went. Now it's red again. But let's see. No, the first thing I see is the poll.
Okay, I've got green check marks for me.
Oh, now it just went green. And it's saying you're live now. from the moment I looked on one screen, then the other screen. And so now it's saying live. So now I'm going back to the Facebook group, hit refresh, and then let's see what's up. So what I'm seeing, I still see the poll. I see a question from an anonymous member. We can address that. Is that us? Nope, that's from earlier in the week, last week, 3 days ago to be exact. Are you in the Facebook group?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see us?
I see us behind the scenes, like in the. Here, let's try this. Let's try this.
Did you add us? Oh, it says remove.
Okay. I think we're live on Facebook now.
All right. What did you do differently?
I looks like I forgot to hit the go live button, which is really silly, but there we are.
Okay, so back to our core value of figure out ability. I can't tell you how many times when we reach peak figure out ability, something simple like, oh, we need to hit the go live button. Oh, that is funny.
Oh man.
So, Rachel, you're telling me when you click go live, we were able to go live?
Yes, but it's much more complicated. If everyone could see my screen, I would have more sympathy, I think. No, but
Yeah.
it's interesting trying to connect a Facebook group to StreamYard, but we've got it, and I'm glad to see all the green checks. So now I think we can show your screen and talk about all the cool things that happened today.
All right. Well, let's give it up to Rachel. If you're now watching from our Facebook group, y'all got to show Rachel some love for staying calm, cool, and collected, figuring this out. We are here. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, please say hey in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and let us know if you have any questions. And Rachel, I did want to go through the poll, and then I want to get to the new release because we just dropped a major release today. So we just put in our Facebook group. We have a poll, and it's roll call, play on words. But let us know your professional role. We would love to hear. And we are at. I'm going to hit refresh and kind of see where we are based on the results of this poll. And we did this because we really wanted to get an idea of who all is in this group, who's using the platform. And so right now it's at about 78% school psychs, and then university trainers at about 14%. Huh.
Wow.
I don't think I would have got that one.
Yeah, I don't think I would have guessed that number either. That's really cool.
Yeah. And then we have clinicians, principal, AP, district admin. And then, okay, shout out to Rita, educational diagnostician. Now, Rita, Rita normally tunes in. Shout out to Rita. She's doing dope work here in Texas and is a diagnostician. Now, we had like 1,000 professions listed. It was like 12, but it feels like a lot. And so we put diagnostician. I think Rachel and I, we were thinking educational diagnostician. So we'll go with that. If you're any other diagnosticians, click educational diagnostician. So that is not skewed. But anyways, we got that. And then Rachel, today was a big release. And okay, we got to back up because I feel like this release is your baby and one of the reasons why you joined on to our team. So do you want to drum roll and then introduce my caseload tracker?
Sure. So I'm really excited about my caseload tracker. It's something that I selfishly want, but also that our community has been asking for. Way to track cases. I know we had one question on the Facebook group months ago now, but is there a way to track cases and make sure that I'm in compliance? And and all of these things. And the idea machine just kept it going, and we're really excited that it's now live. And it's hard to describe all of the things that it can do in just one sentence. So we're also going to show you, because that's a great way to get it out there. But basically, it's a way to make sure that all of our cases that we're working on as practitioners are managed easily all in one place. So being able to have access to all of the things rather than a sprinkling of sticky notes or Excel spreadsheets, all of these things that a lot of us use to track our cases. It's much more robust, and I'm really excited for Byron to share his screen so that you guys can see it all.
All right. Now, as I pull up my screen, Rachel, well, it's not going to be much of a surprise. We know you're a power user and a tech guru. I was going to ask, how were you doing this before? But we know you're next level in what you were doing. Now, I'll talk to all the school sites. I'm team sticky notes. I was using sticky notes to track my cases. I would write it down per school, then stick it on my wall, and I knew exactly what was coming up. I know it wasn't great, but it worked for me. I know there's Team Excel. Folks are using Excel sheets. Rachel, how about you?
I use Google Sheets to keep track of everything currently. Um, but yeah, it's just there's so many different ways to school psych effectively. And so it's interesting. And the idea of like executive functioning and how that applies to school psychology is really an interesting topic. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a Google person for sure. But with this new tool, it does way more than what my Google Sheet can offer. So I'm excited for you to show this off.
All right. And I'm texting Ed about I was trying to, Rachel, as I get this started, are you able to, or do you want to start and give an intro? Because I want to text Ed. And for those of you who don't know, Ed is our CTO, our Chief Tech Officer. And we got to shout out Ed. If you're watching this, please give some clap emojis to Ed because he has been working nonstop, tirelessly to bring this to life and make sure that we were able to release today. So, let's send some love to Ed. But Rachel, if you can get started, I'm going to text Ed because I'm seeing something I want to get fixed.
Okay. So this is the main screen that you'll see when you log into my caseload tracker. And for this one, it's saying, welcome back, Byron, because we're in his account. And you'll see that file kind of in the middle that takes you to a caseload manager. And then on the right, we have a cool data visualization that we had some feedback on and seeing that this would be valuable. So it is in there, but just a way to visually see, okay, I've got however many cases at this phase, however many cases at this phase. And so the different sections are, we've got consent on this evaluation plan. Testing is in progress. We're moving right along. I'm writing up my report. That part is in progress. Next steps or closed. And it looks like, Byron, you have no open work right now, which has to be not real and would also probably feel really good. Probably if at the end of the year you had all of your cases in this color code, that would probably feel really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Then, Rachel, one thing we are going to be building out, if you're familiar with the traditional platform, all the tools like the summarizer, the social stories generator, we're going to incorporate all of those tools here so that you can quickly access them. So this is the first iteration of this. And so let us know if you're watching this, what are some features that you would love to see? How would you use this? What's your current workflow? Because we want to continue making this better and so something that you actually use. So Rachel, how about we get right into the caseload manager?
Sure.
All right. So
Do you just want to start at the beginning? Let's add a student. I think that would be
all right,
good.
let's do it.
All right, let's do a pretend case. I'll let you be creative with the student's information since you're typing.
All right, we're gonna call the student Rosie.
Okay.
Holy. I don't know why I came up with that, y'all. It's what happened. It's a female student, date of birth. Let's go with 2017. We can see that's that school name. We're gonna go to uh, Piedmont Junior High, and let's go seventh grade. I know this doesn't make sense. Let's go.
That's okay. The math
Yeah,
doesn't have the math. It's okay.
yeah, because it's definitely not math right now. Oops, I'm just messing this all up.
And for me, the steps that you've done so far are things that I would be doing anyway, like in my Google sheet, is typing all of this in. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
those toggles, you went by that a little bit fast, but those toggles kind of indicate, is the student an English language learner? Does the student currently have a 504 plan? Is the student identified as gifted or receive gifted programming services? Those kinds of things. So that's what those toggles are for.
Yeah. And Rosie is all the above and gifted too.
Okay.
All right. And as we go through the referral information, we're going to pretend Rosie is already a student uh, with the IEP for an emotional disturbance. And then we're going to say reeval for the evaluation type, the source. This is one thing I want Ed to do, because if it's a reeval, it's not going to be a reeval source. So maybe even adding one, um, like existing IEP or something like that. Yeah. All right. Rachel, are you taking? Could you write that down so I don't forget? This is like a strength-based team, because like I'll say it and then I'll move on to the next thing, and then all of these areas: social, emotional, executive functioning. And this is cool because you can click multiple areas, and it selects all of these. I'm curious to know, as you all are watching it, so I have these areas clicked, as you can see, and right now you have to click off of it. Like, is that okay? Or do you all prefer like a button where it says like add these now, or like add,
Hmm. That's a good question. I always just, well, not always, this is brand new, but I would just click out of it, I think, as I was using it myself. But that's interesting. Some people might want a button.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like it's a sense of like closure. I feel
Yeah.
like I can't get that having to click out. Maybe it's a me thing. I don't know. Okay, so Rosie Poley is now added, and we can
Okay.
see all the information that we input is right here. So, all right. And one of the things that we did is this table that you can see, you can modify it any way that you want, to where you can sort by ascending, descending, you can filter, you can hide columns, all the way through. So, however you want this table to look, you can customize it, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's a pretty neat thing to be able to do. Okay, so now let's say we want to actually get into the views. There's two different views. There's going to be a quick view. There's going to be the full case. So I'll give you a quick glimpse of the quick view, and then we'll get right into the full view. So the quick view is going to open out on the side, just so you can get a quick snapshot of where we are. When we see that we're at this is our status level, you can advance to the next status here. And what we love here, these are all the different action steps, from getting consent all the way to holding the meeting, and finishing up. All the demographic information that we put in is right here as well. And then we can see these are the different action steps. And we'll get into that once we open up the full view as well. So we'll click out of that, and then we'll go into not the quick view, we'll go into the open case. Before I go on, Rachel, you want to add anything to that?
I just would add that this is really, really cool. This is just, I just love that there's these checks at each step. And on the screen before, there wasn't a second for me to insert, but just the ability to filter. Like for me, I could see that being really helpful to sort by date, like when their meeting is, where we talk about the determination. Being able to sort by that is going to be super helpful for task prioritization. So loved that feature as well.
Yeah, same. Like that's gonna be the game changer. All right, cool. Good, good, good. So then we go back to open case, and then this is the full view. And you'll notice there's a little bit of white space right here, but there's a reason why. Um, and we'll, okay, I'm not gonna belabor the point. We are building in the report writer. So when we get there, we'll show you a glimpse of what that would look like. So back to the action steps that we talked about earlier. And one of the cool things that we are going to do is build in, especially for those at the enterprise level, is build in customizations. So based on what your district, what your school, what your organization might need, we'll have customizations based on your actions. But starting out, we wanted to keep it broad enough to where most practitioners can follow these steps. What we have is getting consent, right? Most people are starting there, uh, testing in progress, writing in progress, next steps, and then close. And we have these collapsible sections where you click that, you can see the status is not started. Now, what I love about the tools, we're going to build tools in here. So tools that you need are going to go directly here. You click that arrow, and now we're starting this action in progress. And when you click this green button, that means that you're finished with that action. So let's say that you started, you actually get consent once you click that green button again, and then it's going loading, it's completing the action, and it's loading. That's taking a little bit to load. Let's wait and give it a second. It could be my internet. My internet has been moving so terribly slow. I told y'all it's hot here in Texas, so I'm wondering if it's just so hot. Internet is like, you know what? I've been working for a long time, or maybe it's something, and we'll let Ed know. But maybe we can add consent here. Maybe we can. I don't know. Let's hit refresh and then see. Right? Figure out ability. That always helps when you refresh things. Oh, I really think it's my internet. My internet is. I have an 11-year-old. He plays Fortnite, everything, and he's talking about my game is lagging, and so my internet is lagging right now. So yeah. Well, that's never fun.
That's okay. We're just building anticipation of the cool things that happen.
Yeah. All right. There we go. All right, we're back on. So then we get back into it. Go here. And then we go back to consent. Let's click it. There we
There
go.
we
All
go.
right. Now we're not lagging. Maybe it's because my phone is. Let me move my phone. I was on my phone. I was multitasking. Sorry. Using up bandwidth. So that action is completed. And we can close that. Now, if you come back up here, you can see once we close the step there, it gives you this green indication that it's finished as well. We have consent, and then we can move on to the next action, select assessment battery. What's really cool about this is, let's say that sometimes you do things out of order, right? To where you just got permission and you want to jump right to the observation. Well, now, excuse me, you've completed the observation, you click that, and now you can see that you can go out of order because it's really hard to predict, what, depending on your district, depending on what school you're at, if you're going to go in order. So this gives you the ability to select these different actions and mark them. It's a checklist, right? You're checking them off as you go, which for me is like that's how I operate. So when I had my sticky notes, I'm going through and I'm checking everything off of my list. But Rachel, anything you want to add to this so far?
I don't think so.
All right. So let's see. Doom. You got consent, testing in progress. Now you're actually writing the report. And we had here, I think Ed took it off because look, y'all, we're building this in real time. We had the report writer. And so you will see there's going to be a button here. As you write, you can click it, and then the report writer, you can actually access the report writer right here. So let's say you click that. Hypothetically, in this case, we finish the report. And then what steps do we do after the report? Okay, let's send the report to parents. We're doing that. That's sent. Going to send the report to the team. I don't need to schedule the eligibility, so I'm going to skip that. I'm preparing for my meeting. That's checked off. And then the meeting is held. Now, once we get that, we see that this is the section for close. Now, one of the things, and I actually talked to my engineer about this, and I'm curious to know what you all think. Right now, you have to come here to advance the status to the next status, right? So if we come here, we see testing in progress. Like I want the two to communicate. You see what I'm saying, Rachel? Like it
Mm-hmm.
should be to where each one of these steps as I go through, but because we're not finishing it here, it's not progressing. So I sent Ed, our CTO, like some snapshots of what we could do, but we'll figure that out. Once you get to this, let us know what you think. What would you like to see here? For now, you can just manually advance the next status, writing in progress, next steps, and Rachel. This is one of my favorite parts. Once you've passed next steps and you're getting to close case, it's closed case, you're finished. Watch what happens when you're done. The case is closed, y'all. Congratulations, you're done. And oh, by the way, we finished in record time because guess what? This case, we have a countdown. It's due. We still got 59 days left, but we're overachievers of the year, and we finished this in record time. Man. So, Rachel, talk to us.
I just love that confetti and that closing things out as a celebration. Because sometimes we don't pause and celebrate the work that we've already done. It's like we immediately jump to the next thing. So I love that there's a visual reminder to celebrate closing out a case. I love that.
Yeah, same. And then Ed showed me this feature to quickly toggle across students. So right now we're in Rosie Poley, right? But let's say I wanted to go to the previous case. You just click that button and we're back at our other case, Sunny Luger, and we can review any information that was in here for this student as well, which I think is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. And in this iteration, that is the caseload manager. For some things that we'll have in the future, we'll have a export button where you can export almost like a compliance report. We're going to continue building out the data visuals so that you can actually see all the data, all the visuals that you have for your students, and then customizations for your specific district and building it out. So yeah, a lot of exciting things to come, but this is a great start, and it's been a lot of good feedback so far. So, Rachel, thoughts, questions, anything that I missed?
I don't think you missed anything, but just echoing all of Ed's work, I know that we very often have these big ideas, and to see them come to life is really, really cool. So definitely shouting him out. And I know
Yeah.
we had, I think this is everything for the caseload tracker. But I know that we had a question in our Facebook group that I think you wanted to answer. But I know we're wrapping up here soon. I'm like trying to keep my eyes on the time too.
hmm And let me see if I can pull that question up. And as I pull that question up, um, today is also a special day. Shout out to Peter Faustino. Peter is a good friend. Come to know him with his work across New York, even with NAS. Today marks the first day of his presidency. So shout out to Peter. Well deserved. Excited for his presidency as well. Um, do, 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 do. All right, coming up here. All right, and then I can share here. Let me share my screen. Doing share screen, and then okay. And it says, does anyone know how to fix this? This is the first time I've received this error message. I typed the report using the report writer feature, but when I try and export it to a Word doc, I get this message. I have sufficient memory and storage on my computer. This is the first time this has occurred. Thanks in advance for any help. I'm really hoping I don't lose the report. And then I saw Michelle responded to this, and Michelle, Oh, nope, here it is. Yes, I get similar messages sometimes when using Word. Sometimes it helps to shut down computer and reboot. So it sounds like this might be something on Word's end. Sometimes Word has to be deleted and then completely reloaded. And then the member said, thanks for your response. I will try that next time if it happens again. I was able to manually copy and paste the document into Word with minimal problems. They did change the format of the charts, which is we love the color coded charts and tables, but it was a relatively easy fix to get them looking better. All right. And then I responded, keep us posted and to email us. Please post for anything that comes up on the Facebook group. Email us onboarding at schoolpsych.ai. That's onboarding at schoolpsych.ai. We want to move to get any issues that come up resolved as quick as we can. So, and my family is home, so it might be a little bit noisy in the background too. But yeah, Rachel, anything that you want to add to that?
I just thought it was cool to see our community jump in and help problem solve that. Um, that's one of my favorite parts about our community is that everyone is willing to jump in and ask questions, and really cool to see.
Yeah, that is pretty neat, right? So like that's the power of our community as well. Okay. To where Rachel and I know we've been doing a bunch of other stuff today. To where, we I know I think we try to respond as quickly as we can, but we can't always. So it's great to have one another in terms of our community responding. I was pulling up. Did I check that? Who checked that? I didn't check that. I wanted to pull up one more time just to get a quick snapshot of where we are with our poll.
Oh,
Were you about to say something, Rachel?
no, I'm so surprised that there's already this many responses. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like last time we were able to see the actual responses, not just the percentage.
Hmm.
I don't know. Okay. We see special, we see some are getting added. Director of Special Education Assessment Team Coordinator, Education Diag. All right. We got SLP, Principal, Clinician, University Trainer, and School Psychs. All right. Cool. So it'll be interesting to see how can we. I feel like whenever I click that, oh, okay, nice, 40 votes. See some familiar names and faces. Shout out to Amber. Hey, Crystal, Leslie. Rachel is on there. And 8%, that's for a vote. Oh, some more than once. Okay. And then the principal. Why does that say one vote? Or 1% and 0 votes? That's suspicious. Okay, why is that checked? I was wondering why that was checked. That was an accident. And
You've
then
got some secret credentials, Byron, that you're holding out.
I was wondering why that was checked for me. I was like, I think I must have clicked it on accident. All right, cool. We'll see because we just posted this right before our live about 49 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rachel, anything else? Anything you want to share with the people?
I don't think so. I know that the last thing that I was hoping that we could talk about really quick, because I know we want to end a little bit soon, but if you wanted to share what was really special about this week, now that it's July, I know that we're doing like a fireworks thing going on.
Oh
You
yeah,
want to share about
yes. I was like, we talking about the queso manager, right? Peter's president now. What else did we miss? We got the PD coming up. Okay, so starting today through Friday, July 5th is the absolute last day. If you or your district sign up, or your practice, your organization, if you sign up for the enterprise license, that means we have to have a signed quote from you all. We will create a custom tool just for your district, organization, or entity. It's a 1 week offer only. But you got to move fast because July 5th is the last day. They could be anything, right? I gave the example of someone like in Wyoming. Um, like, hey, if you needed a tool, what was it, like a equestrian? Is that the right word? Yeah, like therapy generator to come up with ideas. I don't know. It could be anything that you need for your district. If you can think of a tool, let us know. If we get that PO, we'll hook you up. It could be anything. Rachel, what would a tool that you created? I mean, you kind of did the queso manager, but any other ideas?
I mean, we got a really cool idea today. I
Yeah,
know that
let's
we
share that one.
are,
That'll be a shared idea.
yeah. Um, but just the, is that okay to share?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we were chatting with someone earlier, and this idea that our current tool under Sophia tools, the translator, it's super helpful. But we were asked, is there a way that I could upload my report and have Sophia translate the entire thing versus dropping in just a little bit of text, copy pasting text? So that's something that now that I know that that's a possibility, that's something I want, be able to translate documents versus just little text here and there. So
Yeah.
that's what I would
That
ask
would be
for.
awesome. And these are the ideas that we're looking for. But if you sign up and your district gives us that quote, think of it. We'll hook you up. But Rachel, anything else?
Nope.
All right, y'all. It's been fun. Until next time, take care, everyone.